What's up, people? Bada bing, bada boom, King of the Pit TV signing in. Devoted to James, who's recommended this for the Patreon. The third of the magnificent trio, Lucy Dacus, is whom we are listening to tonight. I just watched Inception for the first time. I'm not one for films, but I had what one would call a false awakening in a dream. I've been interpreting my dreams as of recent, philosophizing, is that what you would call it, and borderline psychoanalyzing particular elements of my dreams and having a bit of fun with it, essentially. But I had what one would call a false awakening in a dream as of recent, and it made me research it. And in my research, there was a reference to... I don't watch films, so there was a reference to the film Inception. And I thought, all right, let's see if I can learn a few bits and bobs then. And I put it on. Had to do a little bit of research afterwards in regards to metaphorical value and maybe myth that's being portrayed in the film and whatnot. A couple of bits and bobs to take in, most definitely. But we're listening to Lucy Dacus now, hot and heavy. Track number 1 comes with a video. We've got 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos, 3 music videos on this record. Let's jump in, shall we? Come on now. Don't know what to expect. I hope everyone's blessed today, alright? I'll make myself a bit smaller so you can enjoy the visual.
Back here makes me hot in the face. Hot blood in my pulsing veins. Heavy memories weighing on my brain. Hot and heavy in the basement of your parents' place. You used to be so sweet. Now you're a firecracker on a crowded street. Couldn't look away even if I wanted. Try to walk away but I come back to the start. Let me to the floor even though I'm not a dancer. Ask me all the questions that your parents wouldn't answer. How could I deny a diamond in the rough? You let me in your world until you had enough. You knew that I wanted you to bend the rules. How did I believe I had
Speaking of symbol, what we've got there is a ridding of the VHS camera. Because that VHS is a symbol of regression, it's a symbol of childhood, innocence, golden years per se, which weren't golden. But we as adults, now with the responsibility, always look at the grass as being greener when we were kids. Doesn't tend to be the case, but it's how we as adults tend to perceive it. In its own manner, you know, it's got its pros and cons, even though we were completely reliant on, you know, that which was. Even more so than now, to be honest. But she leaves the camera. Imagine if this had a plot like Inception. Do you think this is green screen? I've actually got a music video myself in the same setting. We managed to get into a cinema. Here we go. This is the thing with this whole sad film. I'm going to try and not be critical here, right? I did the same thing when I started songwriting. Obviously, I didn't reach the upper echelons of these fantastic artists. I was nowhere near as good as these songwriting wonders of the world. But it's always the regressive theme. It's always the here's me as a baby, here's me at the home videos. And I don't want to sound critical, but it is a little bit overplayed in my personal humble opinion. But it's incredibly marketable because everyone's had a childhood, and everyone's childhood is supercharged of more emotions than they will ever feel nowadays. So it's a get-rich-quick scheme. It's very good. It's very good. Bro, I can't even look at old videos of my youth. I'm too traumatized, mate. Like, I can't look at myself as a child. So put some respect on Lucy, you know? When I look at old videos of me, I see an angry kid. I see an angry kid. And it's a shame. It's a shame. So who's the real sad girl? That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I'm not even commenting on the tune. I think the tune's good, and you know what? I think the quality of the music is so good, to the utmost celebration of the music here, that I actually think the music video does it a detriment. I don't think the quality of the video, albeit its theatrics and set and all of that good stuff, I actually think it devalues the quality of the music we're listening to. The songwriting's great, the instrumental's great, the energy is great. Definitely would work very well in a large venue to the people who feel the songs, but the production of the video doesn't align with the value of the audio experience. It is Inception, look at this. It's the Queen. Rest in peace, Queen Liz. Yeah. Let's have a look what the comments are saying, huh? David Adams says, there's no shortage of good music today. It's hard to keep up at my age, and I'll never hear it all before I die. But I feel... Whoa! It's not to do with your age, mate. None of us are going to hear it all. We're not going to read all the books. We're not going to listen to all the music. But David, I'm going to give you a thumbs up, because normally it's people living in the past saying, my generation wrote the best music. But my man David's putting you on game, saying there's no shortage of good music today. Put some respect on that. Put some respect on that. Aren't you telling the truth, my friend? Fainham says, I love how her mum is literally my music teacher. 11 replies. Anthony Fantano saw this comment. Amazing, incredible. I'm not even going to make a snide comment, people. I've seen Inception, by the way. I'm intelligent. I got a big brain. All right? This is lovely, isn't it? This is lovely. This is lovely. Let me just say, right? Clapping, celebration, up-tempo, upbeat. I know all the music isn't going to be like this. But when we talk about sad girl music, I think, oh, dearie me, I don't want to hear a lady droning on and on and on with an acoustic guitar about stuff that means nothing to me, right? I'm a grown man who has repressed my emotions, okay? I've stonewalled them to the degree that they only wish to come out indirectly in explosive burst! I'm joking. I'm joking. I try to be emotionally available and understanding to the best of my capabilities, alright? I'm not like that, alright? That's a disclaimer. But, on a serious note, when it comes to singer-songwriter music, one of the most important components is building that connection with your listener. A personal communication. And I'm easier to project myself upon a big burly hardcore man singer who's been stabbed in the back compared to a lovely lady who has had her own experiences to which maybe I personally can't go through, you know? Due to the dynamic of gender relations in this world. So, I thought this was great. It was nice to start off on a beautiful soundscape. Upbeat. Yeah, melancholy, maybe. But that outro was lovely, was it not? Round of applause. Upbeat. I do wonder why she's wearing gloves. And I hope there's more music like this coming up. That was a great tune to start with.
Here she comes. Are you all done? On here tonight.
Let's move on. Christine coming up next. Christine 16.